Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a monthly reading for the sign of Gemini. So please check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and hop into it. So I am using my crystal reading cards by Rachel Chairman, my chakra or insight oracle by Ann Sangster, and then my Mystic Mondays tarot by Grace Duong. Duong? Wow, I feel like I'm totally fucking her name up. I'm so sorry. So we have relationship healing, Morganite, rose quartz, inner child, diopside, Mother Earth, agate, healthy body, and aquamarine, communication. So there's kind of a lot going on with you guys this month, honestly. Yeah. Healing your relationship with your inner child is going to be very, very prominent for you guys in the month of March, which I mean makes sense because it's springtime. We're getting closer to summer. So we're awakening our inner child. So going outside, going to connect with the earth, doing things that you did as a kid, healing where, your parents may have not parented you correctly for your liking. Maybe you needed more love. Maybe you needed more space. Maybe you needed, more support financially. Maybe you needed somebody to just hug you and be more affectionate with you. Whatever this can look like, do that for yourself now. Yeah, you just have to decode what issues you have. And I hate saying that word because it's not that you have an issue, but it's like where you wish you would have been parented a little bit differently. Because when we grow up and, at some point when people have kids or start having kids, we all think, okay, what do I want to do differently than what my parents did as a parent? So having that same mentality, but treating yourself with that. So treating your own inner child like that, you don't have to wait to have kids to already put that into practice. Mother Earth, obviously connecting to Earth, connecting to your roots, connecting to your sense of self, grounding yourself, making sure that you just feel safe right now. Because inner child healing is really and I can only speak on my own journey. My inner child healing happened after my dad passed. So, and I've done it before, but it was more prominent after he passed because obviously it's a rug's pulled up from under you and you feel unsafe. You feel scared. Your inner child is scared because now your parent's not here to protect you. And even though my dad lived in a different city at the time, but it's still just that energetic knowing that, fuck, I don't have my protector, my provider, whatever. Not that that was the case anymore, but, energetically, like I said, and not that that's gone either because obviously in the astrals, he's doing his thing for me. But it's just that feeling. It's that feeling and that presence, that lack of presence. So it's healing that. It's healing, if you feel scared as an inner child, or maybe you felt scared because your parents argued a lot, or, bills weren't paid on time, or there was a lack of food, yeah, you could have seen whatever growing up in your household. So whatever fears arise from that, or just uncomfortability growing up, that's what we're being called to heal for Geminis, because I'm a Gem rising. So obviously, I'm recording this a couple days before my dad's anniversary. So yeah, this definitely pertains to me as well. But, healing that inner child just looks like journaling to your inner child. And I remember my healing journey, that was just so fucking beautiful because it was just so, oh my God, I can't even put into words just how beautiful it really was to journal to myself and mourn kind of the loss of magic in my childhood because, I was kind of just grew up too fast, in the sense of just being out in nature as a kid, wanting to just be a kid. And then, responsibilities taken to play, things happen in your lifetime to where, you can't be a kid anymore. You at some point have to grow up, and just mourning the loss of whatever you missed out in your childhood is a huge part of inner child healing. So then you shift into journaling to your inner child, write a letter to your inner child, apologize for the things you didn't get to experience. Maybe you never got, a PlayStation or a Game Boy or, a set of dolls or whatever have you. Just mourn whatever you didn't get a chance to experience as a child and experience that now. As silly as it sounds, go to the park and go on swings, do a cartwheel, do some, jump ropes, double dutch or foursquare, or just childlike games and activities to really reactivate that energy in you and just bring that up. And being around yellow, because our inner child our inner child color is our solar plexus, or it's also kind of like the heart chakra, so it's kind of both of those intertwined to me, but I associate inner child more so with yellow. So surrounding yourselves around yellow or whatever color just makes you feel like a child again. Healthy body. Obviously, you want to make sure that your body's healthy. So I did mention jump rope, dancing, moving, just getting your blood circulating and just really activating all of those senses, doing whatever you did as a kid, running, skipping, jumping, whatever. Communication, obviously, Geminis learn how to communicate. I feel like that's simple, but communicating with your inner child is really what this comes back to, because that's the relationship that's needing to be healed at this time. So with the crystal cards, we have choice, free will, courage, willpower, and change. You have to make the conscious choice to change. You have to make the conscious choice to heal this relationship, to be healthy, to communicate with your inner child, to ground yourself. That's your choice. You're the only one that can make that choice. If you're on this healing journey and you're on this spiritual journey, you understand that this is a necessity to the journey. This is just, it has to happen. Just like with shadow work. Shadow work, you can't cut around corners when you're doing spiritual work. You can't cut corners and avoid healing, because it's gonna fucking come back and get you. It's just gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Hey, you thought you thought you could forget about me. No, sorry, we got work to do. We need to heal some shit. So either you do it now or you do it later. But it's essential to the spiritual journey and just the essential growth and the progress. We have to look at our childhood, because that's where we developed our relationships and our sense of relationships and how we interact with society today, interact with our family and friends and coworkers today. So healing this inner child is a monumental moment in your spiritual journey. So like I said, you can do it now and make the choice to do it now so you can, get it over with in a sense, but I don't want to make it seem like that, because it is beautiful work. It truly is. The merging with your inner child is beautiful. At least my experience was. It was very healing. It was very comforting. It was very oh, little Cheyenne is home. And then the next card is home. Shelter, safety, nurturing, warmth. It's making yourself feel at home again. Feeling at home in your body, feeling at home in your mind. Just feeling at home in your sense of self, feeling safe, feeling secure, because that's really what the inner child comes back down to. Do you feel safe? And a lot of people's answers, are going to be, yeah, I feel safe. But really deep down, if they really thought about it, they're not feeling safe because they're worried about their bills. They're worried about, people breaking in, home invasions, things like that. People are so scared all the time. And if you're not fucking scared all the time, you're lying to yourself. It's just such a survival tactic that is born in us, that won't ever go away because it's necessary. But it's you can still feel safe. With all the craziness going on in the world right now, you can still continue to make yourself feel safe and at home. And that's really where this Mother Earth energy is coming from. But making your inner child feel safe as well. The mind, openness, flexibility, imagination, learning. Remember how creative you were as a kid, right? Color, get a coloring book and color, get some crayons and color, paint, finger paint. You can paint birdhouses. I did that, with my sister a couple years ago, and it was just so peaceful. Getting not cardboard games, but board games that you used to play as a kid, just doing things and getting imaginative, getting the creativity out, getting the thoughts out, You know, if you don't want to journal to your inner child, draw a picture for your inner child. What would it look like? Hang it up on your fridge like your parents used to for you. It's just opening your mind to accessing that childlike sense of wonder again. And that's really important to have as an adult, because it's like we're so focused on growing up and being a bad bitch or being, you know, a boss ass, whatever. So it's like we skip out on the fun parts. Like, no, being adult is like fucking boring. Like, and it's not boring because it's fun, because you get to do a lot more, but it's like, shit, I want to go play in the woods. Like, I want to go play in the river and be in a garden. Like, you know, I want to play dress up or, you know, play dolls. I mean, I don't want to play dolls, but, you know, I used to as a kid. But it's like just opening yourself to that sense of wonder and that imaginative side. You know, watching anime is another great way to become an imaginative, and just being creative in that sense of nature, because it's like when you're living and vibrating in that energy, you just see so much more connections throughout spirituality, and it's beautiful. And then we have self-expression, vocalization, individuality, inner voice, assertiveness. This ties back with the communication card from earlier. Communicating with your inner child, vocalizing, hey, I want a relationship with you. You know, I know that we haven't connected spiritually in a while, so I want to express that I miss you and I miss that part of myself. And obviously you'd be talking to yourself, so your inner child. But yeah, that's really what it is. Just communicating with that essence of yourself, that aspect of yourself, because we all have an inner child. It's having a conversation. There's plenty of meditations on YouTube to be able to do that. And obviously, like I said, all the activities I've listed are great ways to open doors to that relationship and reconnecting and rebuilding that relationship with your inner child. But there's plenty of meditations to meet your inner child, to connect with your inner child, to comfort and love your inner child, and just send love and healing to them. So with tarot, we have the Knight of Cups, which is a gorgeous card. This totally just gave me like, even though it's cups, like it just, okay, this is what this is. He is, ooh, okay, Knight of Cups. Okay, come through then. Look at these colors, like, oh, just the colors in the card are like, oh, whew. I'm like, I don't know if you can see. He fine? Okay, shit. Then we have Ten of Cups. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, so partnerships, and then Princess of Cups. Do they have princes in here? Hold on. Hold the duck up. I need to see if they have princes or it's just knights. Okay, yeah, so it's only princess, knights, queen, king. Okay. So yeah, he's the equivalent to the Prince of Cups. So Prince of Cups, Knight of Cups. I'm just getting brother and sister, honestly. Obviously, this can be counterparts, but since we're on the inner child topic, I really think this is kind of like a brother-sister energy. Gemini energy, the yin and the yang, the twins in Egypt. I mean, there's twins all throughout mythology, I feel. So it's just harmonizing that inner energy, you know, sufficing your inner child's girl version and boy version, or, you know, obviously energy is fluid, so yin and yang. Ten of Cups, celebrating and harmonizing all of this energy, bringing this energy forth, bringing it together, marrying it, unifying it. And then the Queen and King of Wands. I feel like this is mom and dad, honestly, is the energy that I'm getting. So reparenting yourself by being your own mom and dad. So, you know, if you did not have a father figure or a mother figure in your life, how would you have wanted them to talk to you? How would you have wanted them to care for you? How would you have wanted them to nurture you and support you? Start doing that for yourself. Start talking to yourself like a parent. Start talking to yourself like a kid. Like, you have to put yourself in all these different kind of like roles to properly parent yourself. You know, you have to be everything for you, essentially. You have to be your own mom. You have to be your own dad. You have to be your own sibling. You have to be your own friend. You have to be your own lover, because our relationship sets the stage for every other relationship in our life. And this all comes back down to self-love to me, is we have to love every version of ourselves, every variation of ourselves, every expression of ourselves. So it's, obviously it just helps to kind of categorize, how would you act as a mother to a child? Do that to yourself. Talk to yourself that way. When I did the event that I did I did a tarot reading, it was called BYOV, Be Your Own Valentine. I talked about self-love, and it's that communication. And I said the most important thing about self-love is self-talk. How are you talking to yourself? And this really comes back down to, the parenting aspect, reparenting your inner child, is how are you talking to yourself? Are you telling yourself, wow, I'm so fucking stupid, I'm so fucking dumb? Would you say that to a kid? No, I hope not. I hope to God you would. But, you have to correct that self-talk. And I'm kind of like saying what I said there, but I mean, it's valuable. You have to talk to yourself how you want to be talked to. Our minds are like sponges, just like children's are. It's just as adults, we get to choose what we do and don't take with us. We choose what we want to absorb. So why would you not want to absorb love? Why would you not want to absorb compassion? Why would you not want to absorb nurturing and appreciation and support? So just watch how you're speaking to yourself. When I talk about reparenting your child or your inner child, that's what it comes back down to. Talk to yourself like a kid in the mirror. Like, that's what I did. I was like, oh my God, you look so cute. Like how I talk with my niece. Like, I was talking to myself like that in the mirror, and it would just make me giggle and smile. And it's simple. It's so fucking simple. Yes, you feel stupid while you're doing it. Yes, you feel silly, but that's the point. You feel silly with children. That's what you need to get back into. You need to be open-minded to being silly again. And not judge yourself for it. Yes, you're going to judge yourself at first because it's something completely new. Unless you already have kids, then it might be a little bit easier. But, you feel completely silly and goofy doing it, but it's just loving. It's just pouring back love into yourself in such a different way. I loved this reading. I honestly really loved this reading. It was so beautiful. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. My precious Gemini babies. And I hope that you have a beautiful month ahead of yourselves. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, please. That always helps boost my numbers and get messages out there for other people. So I truly appreciate it. I am also available for tarot and oracle readings, as well as distance Reiki sessions. So check my prices below. You can DM me, email me, whatever you feel called to do. And I will see you next month, Geminis. Bye.